speeches in one shot so we can get to the drinking. So, I guess we figured that I was going to do the speech. Louder. Yeah. I guess we figured that I would do the speech only because it's really funny. It's exactly what my sister described, and I think you guys know it and see it. Sheldon and I are complete opposites. Like we have crunchy and smooth in the house. We are complete opposites. Sheldon is, you know, like I really didn't want to do like some Corinthians in our like wedding like ceremony because it would end up like the Donald Trump wedding. Love is patient. Wrong. Love is kind. So like we are complete opposites. So like Sheldon is patient and kind and very chill. So yeah, we're complete. You're polite. You have well-mannered. You're well-mannered. So yeah, we are the complete opposite. Sheldon's more introverted and I'm more extroverted. He has like a really close-knit group of friends, and I have a close-knit group of friends of 80. And you have about like 40. So if you guys look around this room, then I think this one's like 25% Sheldon, 75% Astrid, and so there's like 2 people that put up their hands. Oh. So yeah, we are very opposite, but I think what brings us together is, well, if I didn't have you, I'd probably end up in rehab. But if I didn't really have that in my life, I wouldn't have that anchor and that support. And Sheldon's, he has been a great support in the things that I want to do. Like, hey babe, let's go jump in the lake. Okay. Hey babe, I want to burn my dress. And then he goes, okay, and he built a rig. I don't know if you guys saw that, he built a rig. It's in this car right now, so it kind of looks like a cross, and then I got kind of afraid because then I was like, oh my god, if we burn this thing, people are going to think about the So that will happen later. I think of 2 things here in getting married. A lot of people kind of ask why we did it. Whatever. But I think a lot of people ask us why we did it, especially since like we've been together for almost 10 years, and I just think it was time. I think it was time. Yeah, we've had a lot of downs, but a lot of ups, especially this year. I think that with Sheldon's brother having the new baby, and then my sister has her 2 kids, my niece and my nephew, and then his mom got a new house in Milton, and then we have a new house in Whitby that we don't move into until 2019, God. But
those are the ups, by the way.
Yeah, those are the ups. And obviously we have the cottage, which was also recent. So there's been a lot of ups, and I just think that things will only get better. And I'm really glad that my friend Nelia was able to join us at this wedding. Nelia, are you here? Okay. So I say this all the time, and I always remember this. So I met Nelia when I was 25. Okay, that's like over a decade ago now. I've dated myself, you know. And when I met Nelia calls herself, we used to work together at the Toronto Star, and when we worked there, Nelia was sort of the more mature of the bunch, and she was married back then. And I remember talking to her about, why don't you go away for a job, like you can get like a better job at a better newspaper or whatever. And one of the things that Nelia said to me in that was, Astrid, if I do not focus on my marriage, I will cease to be married. And I really take that to heart. And now Nelia and her husband Dave have 3 wonderful children, and they're still married, and she's dumped the 3 kids on her husband and has come here to drink. Good. I like that marriage. That's a good marriage. The dumping of the kid? So that's one point. And I also think of something that our officiant said, and I wanted to ensure that she included it in the vows, was that in order to have a good partner, you must be a good partner. So I think that in order to have a good relationship, it is a compromise, but it also involves a lot of self-reflection. I'm gonna be self-reflecting a lot, but probably after, sorry. So there's gonna be a lot of self-reflection. So I think of those two things, and I hope that going forward that we have those things. Before I end this, I didn't write anything down, I just planned, I don't know, I just winged it like my wedding, my sister's wedding, I winged that speech, I don't even know what I said at that. But I think that's...
You said you never beat up calls, that was good. Or no, told them off.
I feel like that I lied in that speech. So, Jacob, stop. So I do want to thank some people for coming out today, because I know that this is not exactly the most convenient place out here. But there are some people that came from a very long way to join us. So we have our Uncle Gary here, Gary and Marie. They flew from Boston. But they're originally from Bermuda. They went from Bermuda to Boston, came here at like 6:45 or 7:45 in the morning, and took cars straight to this venue to be here. So thank you guys. And they're it's like the 60th anniversary of your 20th birthday. So like that's, you guys have our great testament. And then we have my cousin Lily, who flew from Thunder Bay. To me, that's a really long way, I don't know. Have you ever been to Thunder Bay? Holy jeez, like that's you should have worn camo to the wedding, and then I would have been like, where's Lily? And then we have my friend Olin and her partner Herman. They flew here from the UK, so thank you very much. And we have my friend Colin, who flew with his wife Lana from Shanghai to join us at this wedding. And my friend Jen, who flew from Calgary.
Almost as bad as Thunder Bay.
Yeah, so, and then, you know, we also have people who drove from like St. Catharines, like holy J, like that's far. That's far. Kingston, we have like Aunt Sharon from Kingston, like these. So we thank you so much for joining us. There is somebody that didn't come from too far away, but we would like to thank her. It's Myrna. Myrna, she's just too cool for school in the back there. So I don't know if you guys know who Myrna is. So when I first came to Rice Lake, I was 23 years old, again I'm dating myself. So this was 13 years ago. And the first time I came to this lake, we had found, I shouldn't say we, it was my cousin Michelle. My cousin Michelle found Myrna through a magical tool called Google. And so we found her place, and at the time she was married for a very long time to her husband Lyle. And they welcomed us with open arms to the lake, and we came back every year. And I remember the first time I came here, I thought I would like to own a cottage here one day. And I'm so glad that I was able to share that love of the lake, and maybe Sheldon didn't really even have a choice for it, to come along with me and join me on this lake, as well as, you know, share my love of fishing, which sucks because now he's better than me. It's like, oh my God, it's like the kid surpassed Mr. Miyagi. So I'm so glad for that. So, Myrna, thank you for welcoming us to the lake, because you know what? If we were a jerk, we'd probably never come back again, and this would be like some alternate reality. It would like never happen. Oh my God. So thank you so much. And now she's our neighbor. So we rented from her for over 10 years, and now she's our neighbor, and she's awesome. She probably like breaks into our house when we're not home. My favorite though is when you roll up past our dock with your jet ski and like spray us when we're sitting on the dock. That's like one of my favorite things. I like, oh, Myrna, she's so funny. She's got like shit wet. Oh my God. So yes, that's our neighbor Myrna. So I thank you so much. I don't really know how I want to end this, but you know, like, if they say that this is a story, there is no real ending today. It just continues. I Googled 4 things in figuring out this wedding. I Googled fat brides. I Googled fat fingers and rings. It's really bad. Go look at the photos. It's so bad. And then I Googled eloping. And I also Googled biggest wedding regrets. And one of the biggest wedding regrets, they said, was that it is not the best day of your life. And so when you kind of let that go, all the stress sort of leaves. And I think, Sheldon, that there's many more to come. And the best has not yet happened. And thank you for letting me be me. I know no other way. It's there I tried, and just like, nah. And that's it. So I love you so much, and I'm so glad that I get to continue to write this story with you.
Aww.
And now I feel like a jerk because I forgot to thank our parents and our siblings and the cousins. The cousins are always a big one. They always like to do the big woo. Cousins, because I have like 40 cousins. And yeah, so thank you, Dad, so much. My dad just gonna nod passively there. And then my mom, thank you, and thank you to my future mother-in-law, Miss Fisher. Thank you. Well, Mama. Sorry, my now mother-in-law. And then, wait a minute, anybody? This is terrible. This is a rambling speech now. The bar's still open. Okay.
I don't have a speech.
I didn't have one either.
You're supposed to do all the talking. I'm supposed to say you smile. Thanks for putting me on the spot. I just want to say thank you for everybody to come. Penny, can you hold that till later? Sorry.
Love you, man.
Love you too, buddy.
Team Astrid.
Yeah, just start drinking.